Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get you straight to the core insights. Now, recently, the world watched a military strike unfold that, well, it just felt different. This wasn't just another isolated operation. It seemed to carry a much broader message. We're talking, of course, about Israel's recent strike on Qatar. So this deep dive is all about unpacking that event, understanding what it truly signifies, how it ripples across international relations, what initially looks like a singular military event. It actually carries this really powerful layered message, and it affects everything, right? From geopolitical alliances all the way to the global fight against terrorism.
That's exactly right. And that's precisely our mission today. We've basically gone through a stack of analyses, intelligence reports, geopolitical commentary, all to bring you the core insights. We're trying to look beyond the immediate headlines here to really get at the what, why, and what now for global security. Our goal is simple. Quickly equip you with the significant points, the potential consequences, whether you're just tracking current events or maybe you're looking for, a deeper geopolitical understanding. And what's fascinating, as you said, is this wasn't just about Qatar. It really appears to be a very specific warning aimed at a wider audience. So we're going to explore what that message actually is and, crucially, why it matters to you.
Okay, let's jump straight into the heart of it then. The core event we're analyzing, Israel's recent targeted attack on Qatar. And what stands out immediately in pretty much all the analyses is the interpretation. People are saying this was much more than a military operation. It's being widely seen as a powerful message, a message to countries accused of funding or sheltering terror groups. The fundamental idea, and this theme just keeps coming up, is that the era of safe havens for terrorism is over. I mean, that's a profoundly bold declaration, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It's huge. And to really grasp the weight of that statement, we need a bit of context on Qatar's past. You see, for years now, Qatar has faced these persistent accusations, supporting groups like Hamas, designated a terrorist organization by many Western nations, and the Muslim Brotherhood, which is, well, influential but controversial. Western intelligence reports, time and again, have linked Doha to, let's say, indirect financial channels, and providing safe spaces for these networks and others too. Now, Qatar has consistently denied these charges, that's important to state. But Israel's strike, it signals a really significant shift. It suggests Tel Aviv is no longer content to just wait for diplomatic pressure or international nudging. They're not seeing results that way, it seems. So this isn't just politics, it's a strategic reevaluation. It's direct action on what they see as a long-standing problem.
Yeah, that strategic shift you're describing, it seems to tie directly into Israel's, well, their long-standing security thinking. I mean, Israel has endured decades, literally decades of terror attacks. Groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, this long, often painful history has profoundly shaped its defense strategy. It's led to what many analysts call a zero-tolerance policy for terrorism. It's an approach really forged in, the fire of continuous security threats.
Exactly. And what's particularly striking here is how this Qatar operation directly mirrors that zero-tolerance approach.
Yeah.
By taking direct military action, Israel is, well, it's drawing a new line in the sand, essentially. The intent, as many are interpreting it, is to clearly show that any nation providing shelter, money, weapons to terrorist groups will face direct consequences. And the message also seems to be, it doesn't matter how wealthy or influential you are.
Doesn't matter.
That part seems key. And, this action inevitably raises big questions for international law, for sovereignty. How do nations balance that traditional idea of state sovereignty with, well, the urgent need to counter these transnational terror threats? It suggests a kind of redefinition, maybe, of what's acceptable state behavior when there's a perceived terrorist threat involved.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting, because the implications stretch way beyond just Qatar. This strike wasn't, according to many accounts anyway, aimed solely at Doha. Experts are calling it a warning shot for all governments that might use terrorism as a geopolitical tool. It feels like an attempt to fundamentally change the risk calculation for any nation thinking about those kinds of tactics.
Precisely. And we've seen this long history, haven't we? Countries like Pakistan, Iran, even some other regional players, they've often been accused of engaging in proxy warfare, indirectly fighting rivals by backing non-state armed groups, these state-sponsored non-state actors, as they're sometimes called.
That's right, that term.
Yeah, it means militant groups getting significant backing from a government, but operating outside the formal military structure. Israel's move, as many understand it, is meant to remind these nations, those tactics, they're no longer risk-free. It's a direct challenge to that whole historical playbook. It suggests the cost of playing that dangerous game.
Mm.
Well, it just went up significantly. It basically demands a rethink of national security strategies that rely on those kinds of indirect methods.
And this isn't just some regional squabble.